today. The internalized design studio. Now there's a queer notion. Traditionally, client-agency relationships have been conducted at safe distances, 5, 7, even 9 miles. That's all changing. A thoroughly modern attitude to creative and artwork is becoming more and more popular in this new and exciting world of progress. Just look at all the labour-saving devices and gizmos in the design and crafts studio. They're beyond the comprehension of people like you and me, but to the people who use them every day, they're no more taxing than filling one's pipe. It's these electrificated gadgets that will help these ordinary working-class folks, some of whom have had weeks of training, deliver work so good that you may be tempted to attribute it to a higher power, such as sorcery or witchcraft. This is Mike. Don't be confused by his youthful good looks and his relaxed demeanour. He may look pubescent, but he's responsible for running the studio. On a day-to-day basis, he keeps the cogs oiled and the rails greased. In fact, if it wasn't for this chap, the workers would most probably spend all their time in the local alehouse singing patriotic songs, drinking and smoking. See the chap who just walked in. She's holding a brief. Yes, a brief. Strange, I know, but that's what these experts call that piece of paper. When you bring a brief into the studio, you will always be greeted with a warm smile and a hearty handshake, and the comforting smell of a man's pipe. Your first point of contact is Marion. She's a trafficker, but it's not opium or heroin that she's trafficking, it's work. She's specially trained to know who's busy and who's not. She will ensure that the brief gets to the right person and that it's delivered on time and to your satisfaction. She manages all the timescales and is your link between the comms department and the design and crafts studio. Pretty impressive for a woman. We think you'll agree. Once Marion's decided what the brief entails, she'll get the right chap for the job. If the brief requires purely a wordsmith's approach, for example, a pamphlet, she'll send word to our freelance copywriter. A freelancer is a person who hasn't a proper job. It works as and when the mood takes him. We employ a fellow from the north. At least Roger is cheap and does as he's told. So all around it's a perfect scenario. He often works in the north, but will come into the studio for jobs such as branch campaigns and brochures. Susan is our in-house designer. As well as churning out first-class ideas and visuals, she bakes marvellous cakes and pastries. Branch campaigns, for example, are a finely balanced amalgam of words and visuals. Susan and Roger will work together, using clever insight, beautifully balanced messages, and a visually striking approach. They agree on several different approaches that are sure to delight the client. See Susan go to work churning out stunning idea after stunning idea. Now for the moment of truth, showing the client. The big advantage of the internal design and crafts studio is that we can deliver more ideas more quickly. Look at that, a girl thinking for herself, whatever next? Once an idea has been settled upon, it's time to send it to legal to ensure we don't end up in chokey. Legal is made up of some of the finest minds in the land, and it can sometimes, understandably, take them months to come to a decision. But once they do, it's full steam ahead.
Hi, I'm Barry Scott, and I'm here with Jill, who uses new Studio Bang every time. So Jill, what do you think?
Well, Barry, I use them all the time in-house. They're great on timescales, they work really shines. Some of the briefs aren't too bright, but with new Studio Bang, they sparkle.
And now for the tough test. My old favourite, will they help save us shiny pennies?
You love that one, Barry.
This many advantages around the company, feeling the benefit every day is a doddle. With Studio Bang every time. Give them a go, and bang! The job is done.
Stale work from external agencies stinks like a mangy dog or old cigarettes. Well, the studio from along the corridor is here. It's all you have to do. Give the studio a crack and get fresh work back. We have got the knack to get campaigns on track. When your work looks great, then so do you. To beat the opposition, remember what to do. Give the studio a crack and get great work back. The studio, great work and fresh ideas. A gourmet campaign, spread across 29 items, from theatres to posters, countermats to plasmas. Developed and refined concepts, designed and artworked by the cream of the crop for 100 hours, delivering savings amounting to £15,000 per campaign. Naturally packed full of goodness, the studio contains all the technology and expertise you need. Indulge yourself in the total brand consistency. This isn't just any branch campaign. This is a studio branch campaign.
The next stage of any job is artwork. Marion will liaise with our artworking specialists. Here we see her talking timescales with one of our chaps. Master Cottrell is actually the grandson of the world's tallest man, Robert Pershing Wadlow. The design and crafts studio rescued him from a life of the travelling circus and backstreet freak shows. And he, along with a curious fellow named Weston, do their best to turn around artwork quickly and conscientiously. What a lot of people don't understand is that artwork is actually nothing more than a simple push of a button. Watch what an absolute whirling dervish young Cottrell is at producing splendid artwork. That's all there is to it. Look, it's so simple. Even a girl can do it. Oh, really? This will never do. This is a public safety warning. Scenes you're about to see show a frightening insight into the future. Anyone with a nervous, excitable or unbalanced nature should please turn away now. As well as flying cars, whole meals in pill form, and half the population of Britain living on the moon, something will be invented in the future called the Internet. Once this is invented, two young fellows, Stuart and Teresa, will be responsible for translating all your branch campaigns and pamphlet creative online onto this internet contraption. As well as being able to get your message to literally hundreds of people from Dagenham to Droitwich, the internet will also make a hell of a cup of tea. Now that's what we're talking about. What an internal design and crafts studio offers is a wide range of media options, ensuring that your message is delivered in the most sterling manner possible. Maybe you'd like a branch theatre made entirely from matchsticks. This may take a while. Or maybe your project would work well with the wonders of filmatic moving image. We can take care of that. The modern design and crafts studio is a marvel of ingenuity, creativity, and good old-fashioned hard work. Give us a brief and watch us bring it to life. Remember, we don't make promises we can't deliver. We simply deliver what we promise. And you're always guaranteed service with a smile.